Good afternoon, everyone. We're just waiting for a few more parents. I believe that the PLT meeting is still ongoing, so if you can give us at least a minute or two. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for waiting. Can you just give me a thumbs up if you can see me and if you can hear me? So, yeah, thank you so much. And welcome to our parents online meeting. I mean, it's not evening, but we just thought of this is the best time to basically meet you all and then welcome your child in this academic year. So I would like to ask if you can see as well my presentation. Is it visible to you? Yes, thank you so much. I can only see I think it's Eric's parents. If you can kindly maybe open your video so I can also meet everyone, that will be amazing. So Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming in this afternoon meeting. So this meeting is all about knowing about the EYP and also about our class and who am I and what we can do to help your kids. So without further ado, I will start with my presentation. So firstly, okay, I'm Anne. Um, I am half Mexican, half Filipino. I've been in the field of education for almost 15 years. I traveled the world already, 4 continents, 8 countries, and my husband is also an educator. He's from England. So we've been IB educators for a long time. And before coming here, so basically I was a coordinator, PYP coordinator. I worked for IB schools for long, and I was also head of the kindergarten in the past. I'm also a YB workshop leader, so I travel a lot and also teach teachers in Asia, Middle East, and Africa about early childhood education. That is my field of expertise. I also I'm also a writer of books, children's literature. So one of my books will be published soon, and also thank you. And I also do blogging in IB, and I also write articles for IB. So you can see when you Google my name, there are some articles I wrote about ISA and how the kids are learning. So I love writing. I love reading. I love academics, and I also love teaching. So I think this will be a very good year as well. That this is my second year in Sweden. And this year, I'm not just a homeroom teacher, I'm also the EYP academic coordinator. So I'm in charge of all the academics in early years. So later, when we talk about teaching and learning assessment, I will be able to answer all your questions, and I will also have some trainings with parents with regards to how can we help your child at home and how can you help us to help your child. So it will be a more discussion later. Evelina is my support, and she's from Poland, and she's been here for more than me. And we work together for a couple of years now, and she's amazing with kids. She also has her children here in ISA PYP2, and she loves baking. So when your child comes home and say, "Oh, Evelina, bake something for us," yes, she is a baker and she loves baking for kids. And your kids will be having that nice treats from Evelina every now and then. I have Bianca this year, so because we have 13 children now, it's 5 to 1. So 5 kids, 1 adult policy. So we have another person, and it's because of my job. I usually get out of the classroom from 12 noon. So, but the teaching continues. So when I do the planning, basically in the afternoon they have more of like Swedish and PSP. But when there are days that I will not be in the classroom, Bianca and Evelina are the one facilitating the learning. So they do also assessment. So the teaching will not stop at the moment I step out of the classroom because of my job now. So it continues. So Bianca is from the Netherlands. She's been here in Sweden for at least 9 years, and she speaks perfect Swedish. And so I think Bianca is a very passionate individual too. She loves teaching, and I think she came here with her husband working for IKEA. So Bianca, Evelina, and I are working in the classroom as basically as teachers of your kids. We also have Keisha. Keisha is our Swedish BSBE well-being. She's a very well-rounded person, and your kids love her. So she's very pleasant and she's very open-minded, and the kids love her so much. And she is Swedish, and she's been here for a long time, half Swedish, half I think Thai. So she loves the outdoor, and I think this is our team. So it's basically 4 men army teaching your kids this year. Okay, so I will not go through the slides as like reading it, but I will explain it later. You can have some questions. And after this conversation, I will also have some session with parents about IB, about play. So this year is very exciting for me because I will be heading the academics. So everything that that your children are learning will be basically scrutinized by me. So it will be delivered in the classroom. So we try to make sure that when I came here, actually, just a brief background. I know that the early years is not mandatory in Sweden, and somehow some parents think it's just childcare. And we would like to break that notion. It's not just childcare, it's learning and having fun as well. So we try to make sure that the parents understand that when their kids come to ISA, it's IB, it's International Baccalaureate Early Years. So with some sort of Swedish element, because we have to follow the Swedish context and law. But within the curriculum, we are trying our best to merge with the program, because when your kids go to PYP, that will be basically the bridge that we have to sort of build across from EYP 1 to EYP 3. So this year, our focus will be play. This year, Maria, the head of school, invited me to become part of the Lego Foundation. So me, Maria, and Harpreet, the three of us will be joining all other schools in in USA, Denmark. The International School of Balloon invited us to become part of the Playful School Network. So this school in Denmark, which is very amazing, basically work with Harvard School of Education based, and they would like to encourage and empower kids through play. And parents, maybe we don't, or you don't understand, or we don't understand at the beginning, how on earth can you integrate play? I mean, in learning, but play is the language of children, and that's how we would like to develop that kind of understanding that through play, kids will understand, kids will learn, kids will be passionate and very interested about learning. So when your child say, I play in school, it doesn't mean that it's just a play. It plays playfulness or playful learning is something that we would like to encourage. And for the parents to understand that learning with play is something that will encourage your child's development across holistic learning and holistic development. And there are some research that we are going to do across the school. So our pedagogy, our way of teaching is IB and play. It's not two different ideas. It's just the idea that the child is a capable person. So that your child, maybe somehow we think that they're not capable of doing something, but to be honest, in our thinking, your child are more capable than what you think or what we think. It doesn't matter what we think about your kids. Sometimes they amaze us and surprise us. And how on earth you know this? They use this, Anne, like last year we have this conversation when we talk about this first unit, who we are. There's a child who told us we are like rainbows. We are different colors, but that's what make us beautiful. So your kids are amazing, and that's what we are. We are here, and where we coming from. That for you to understand that your kids are special, and we like to support in every way we can, and make sure that your kids will be coming to school happy, healthy, and basically learning a lot from life, not just something that they cannot take out from the classroom. We are teaching within the context of lifelong learning. So whatever they learn from school, they can transfer it outside. As I said, we're going to partner with Lego Foundation, and this will be a very good opportunity for the school and for the parents to have this kind of connection with schools across the world that understand that play is very meaningful for kids. It's very important. And through play, we will be able to leverage the capability of the kids and the children. And it's in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights that every child has the right to play. And through play, they give meaning to their lives and give meaning to their thinking. And I think through play that we will be able to also empower our kids to be the best person they can be. So in EYP, we do a lot of documentation and evidencing of learning. Maybe a lot of you have seen my Toddle. Toddle is our platform to share all the photos and videos, all the learning experiences that your children are experiencing in school. Even though with my current role, I try every single day to update the parents. It will also be lovely if you can, send any comments, and if I share with you your children's output, please, just give a thumbs up or heart, and maybe you can message me, or just every single day I show to the kids what we have been doing, and we're reflecting on our learning. So it would be nice as well that you will have the chance after school to look on those pictures and ask your children, how was your day? What did you do in school? Have that conversation, not just let them, come back home without having that conversation. I think it's very important that as parents, you know what's going on in your child's life, and your kids have a lot of things to say for sure. In EYP, we do a lot of assessment, not the typical standardized testing. We don't believe in testing, and there's no testing in early years. So what we do a lot of observation and anecdotes, and you will see it in EYP in Toddle. When I do assessment, I provide a lot of insights about your child. So, for example, in our summative assessment after this unit, I will be giving feedback. I'm not going to wait for progress report. So you know what your child knows in language, or what your child knows in math, or what your child knows in social studies and science. What I'm going to do is I will get you on board every now and then. So this communication will be very, how I would say, transparent and fluid. So what is going on in the classroom, you know immediately. So we will have a day, we call it goal setting. So in goal setting day, you and I and your child will talk about what do they want to achieve at the end of this year. So for example, I would like to improve counting my numbers or speaking in English, or I would like to develop more confidence. So those are simple things that we're going to talk and discuss as parents and teacher, and as your child is well present. So have that kind of understanding that this school year is all about them, and us, as me as a teacher and you as parents, will be there to support them whatever happens. And since we are using the IB framework as our guide, this is the IB framework that we're using now. This is the enhanced PYP, we call it. So in PYP, we have actually 6 transdisciplinary or program of inquiry, but in early years we only do 4. So this this will be published every now and then. You will see. So for example, this month or this term we're doing who we are, followed by where we are in place and time. So this program of inquiry will be like a project base. This will be our topic over the 9 week span of time. Kids will be learning about, for example, this term. They will be learning about similarities and differences of people. How we are different and how we're similar. So we're talking about colors of the eye, those simple things, and we're going deeper. Why are we similar? Why are we different? Is it possible that even though we're different, we can be friends? So this is basically what it what it explains in this figure. When we talk about or when we learn about a certain topic, we're understanding not just the knowledge but the concept. And there are skills that we are trying to develop, like communication. We are doing research too. So in EYP, we're using a lot of technology. So you will see your kids being able one day to use, for example, simple coding. We're doing some coding. When we do the math, we're doing also a little bit of fun with iPads. But it depends on if we're not using technology for the sake of technology. It should be purposeful. So you will have some sort of understanding that we understand there's a balance between screen time and green time. We like your children to be also having some sort of outdoor experience. So there's a balance there. Also in IB, we talked about the learner profile. It's going to be very important to have this conversation now. I believe that we try to teach our children this principle of being caring and knowledgeable and open-minded. And maybe you can try it at home, but I will have more conversation with you on how can you develop this dispositions. So, for example, your child might be showing some sort of action when we talk about recycling or washing hands and taking care of oneself. These are actions that might extend to home, and you can take pictures and share it with us. And this is IB. This is how we teach our kids. We try to encourage them to apply what they learn in real life, especially at home, because the partnership between us should be very strong. It doesn't end with us. It doesn't end with you. It's going to be a continuous um, partnership all throughout the school year. Assessment and reporting. So I explained to you that we do a lot of anecdotes and observation. And I'm very good with anecdotes and observation, and I'm very consistent. I try to make sure you know exactly what your child knows. And please bear with me. I would say, I have a very high standard with your kids. And you will see it the way I communicate with you and share with you all what we have been learning. Maybe in EYP 2, it's not much content, but this year is going to be higher content. So you will see me posting every single time and asking you, for example, some challenges. So for example, we have the Whom Am I challenge, and I provided some assessment and feedback, and I'm going to share it with you in a few days' time. So those things that you do at home that I ask you to help us with will not just be taken, just basically just be forgotten. I make sure that whatever you do at home will be assessed in school. And you will get a feedback from me directly, and we can have this conversation. So um, I will I will basically explain to you every now and then what your child is capable of doing, so we can help your child to develop that confidence. I am not a teacher who believes in pressuring children. So there will be times that maybe your child will not be okay finishing some tasks. So I will inform you. As much as possible, I listen to the kids. So they have the voice here in the classroom. I want them to be happy and I want them to enjoy learning. And I think every parent wants that for their kids, to enjoy life and to enjoy learning and to have fun. I mean, after all, childhood is just a very short period of life. Why not enjoy it? So I have that balance of approach in terms of teaching. We will have some three-way conference towards this end of school year. I'm still trying to plan across and also talk to the management about the possibility of having consistent talk to the parents and developmental talks. Last year, because of corona, parents cannot come in the school, and that really somehow it was really difficult at the beginning, because I know you would like to ask every day if you can, how's your child doing? Is she happy? Is he happy? Is he okay? But one thing I can assure you is that you can talk to me 24/7. I know I'm a balanced person, but at the same time, I'm passionate about my job. So if you're a child, if you have some questions, burning questions, Saturday, Sunday, I will try my best to message you and inform you. Um, I am very much, how is it, enthusiastic to meet parents who are also enthusiastic about their kids. Because when I see parents like, I'm so willing, I will love you more because I will give everything to your child to be successful in school. And it goes, I mean, both ways too. And we're going to have some progress report. Last year, I know you have received this bold progress report that some parents don't understand. What does it mean? The problem with that was, I think it was because we tried to merge with BYP. But I can promise to you that this year is going to be different. I designed a whole progress report basically for early years. And I believe that this is the best way to report about kids. So you will not get this bulk report at the end of the school year. You will have something sensible, something that can easily be understood, not something superficial. Because I know I'm not a parent yet, but if I'm a parent and if I'm not a teacher, that document will not make sense to me either. So this year you will get something that you can say to yourself, now I know what my child knows, and now I know what my child is at school. I can promise you that. Where I'm trying to work with lots of changes in EYP this year. And hopefully I mean we will sustain these changes over the years, and of course we cannot do this without you. So we will have some sort of feedback from parents too. And I really hope that the communication will be stronger this year compared last year. So this assessment and reporting will be a way to communicate and to connect with you as well. So I explained about the program of inquiry. So in EYP, we only do 4 program of inquiry. The reason for that is it's according to the developmental stages of children. Some IB schools, there are 6 program of inquiry, but in ISA, they decided that we'll stick into 4 program of inquiries to have a deeper understanding and deeper connection with kids. So this year we have who we are, or we are in place in time, where we're going to talk about homes. Then we have how we express ourselves. We're going to talk about stories and how we organize ourselves. We're going to do a research on how Elmholt Commune is structured and how Elmholt Commune function. So we might interview the mayor of Elmholt. And we're going to talk about and learn about how the recycling is being done in Elmholt. So these are the things that we are going to focus at. What we would like to do is that the learning of the children will not just be paper-based. In EYP, we don't do worksheet much. We do a lot of engagement. We do a lot of talking and discussing and then reflecting. It's like a back and forth communication with the kids. So when we do an inquiry, we do a lot of questioning and researching. So this program of inquiry, you will always see this in our title communication that I will update you every week. We do have a cycle called inquiry cycle. So in inquiry cycle, we have some focus. For example, this week is going to be tuning in. We call it tuning in because we are uncovering the central ideas so the kids will understand that for the next 9 weeks we're going to learn about this concept, and they will learn more about themselves and other people and how we connect with each other. So this program of inquiry, I will publish it in our title, so you will maybe have an overview of what will be the learning of your kids. But with regards to ATL skills, learner profile, I will have more of like a deeper session with the parents so you understand somehow what are these skills, what are this learner profile, what are these key concepts. So you will understand that, okay, this is not just about learning about similarities or differences. It's about something deeper and how we teach our kids in a PYP way. Language arts and literacy. So your children will be learning English, not just English as a subject, but how to communicate, how to use language to communicate with people, to communicate their feelings and emotions. So we learn the language and we learn through the language. So we're using phonics or Jolly phonics in teaching the sounds of English. So I posted already a video. The first part of our Jolly phonics, we're going to learn certain sounds. In English, we have 42 sounds. In early years, they will learn 26 sounds of English. By the time they finish EYP, they should be able to at least read CVC words or consonant vowel consonant words like 3-letter sounds to 4-letter sounds. Last year, most of my children or most of my kids in the class can learn at least the ability of a PYP3 kids. Of course, we don't force, but a lot of parents, especially some parents who think that the kids are capable, they do more at home. But I set a standard that this is the minimum standard. If your children are able, that I did already assessment, so I know somehow who are the readers in my class now this year and who are not. No, they don't have yet an understanding of sound. So now I know at least who are the kids I can a little bit modify. So if they already know the sounds, it will be the next level. And fluency. We do a lot of reading. I will share with you a Kids account. So the kids can read at home. You can read with them. They will have individual accounts that I will maybe share with you or maybe ask you to read 5 books per week. It's not mandatory, but it's something that building up the passion for reading. So we also have oral communication, written communication, and visual communication. In EYP, we encourage the kids to develop their language and their ability to present because in PYP, they will have this skill. They should have this skill to be able to present in public. That will be a skill that they will be needing when they go to PYP1. So in EYP3, we try to make sure that the children have that sort of confidence that when they stand up in front of other people, they have the confidence in speaking and expressing themselves in a language that they're comfortable with. And we understand that some of the kids here are not native English speakers. So we have some sort of understanding that when it comes to language learning, it's individuals' differences. So we try to make sure that the children will not feel pressure, but they will feel supported in terms of language learning. Mathematics, we do math with play, a lot of play. And we do a lot of manipulatives and we do a lot of games with them. I can assure you that your kids will graduate EYP3 loving math. Because last year, all the kids in my class, they love mathematics at the end of the year because we try to make it fun because math can be a little bit daunting. Not everyone loves math and it's difficult concept. And how can you teach a child, for example, the concept of symmetry? Simple arithmetic can be daunting and quite scary for kids. But what we're going to do in EYP3 is we're going to teach them through play. So they will play a lot. They will not feel that they're learning math because they're just playing. But the thing is they will learn a lot of concept that they can apply their skill of numbers and their skill of problem solving in a way that will not really force them or make them scared. Class schedule. So this is just a simple example of our class schedule. We don't stick with our schedule literally. We try to modify it according to the needs of the children. So if the children are very passionate about learning a particular lesson, we don't say, okay, stop, we're going to do math now. We try to cater along the way. So when you see this schedule, this is just a mere draft of what our day looks like. Your children will have a break in the morning. We call it the snack break. They eat healthy foods in the morning from the school. And then we have a little bit of transition play. They play within the classroom. The outdoor play usually happens in the afternoon. It's because my schedule, I have to be out of the classroom at 12. So all the major learnings happen in the morning because my job is 50% teaching and I'm 50% coordinating for the whole preschool. Hence the reason at 12 I'm out, and hence the reason all the play is in the afternoon to make sure that the kids will have a very meaningful morning. But as I said to you a while ago, it doesn't mean that when I step out of the classroom, there's no more learning because it continues. Evelina and Bianca, they have an access to my planner. So they know exactly what I'm teaching, how am I teaching, and what are the resources. I'm quite I'm very organized. So even for the next couple of months, I already have my planning because I did it already for last year with some modification according to the needs of your kids. But the thing is, the time that I'm out of the classroom is not a wasted time because everything happens and everything continues. And they do also assessment. So they give feedback to me, and also they make sure that everything happens will be reported and I will be reporting to you as parents. So it's like a team effort with regards to the schedule. Your children have also has Swedish and PSP and well-being. And I think and I believe that Keisha will communicate with you as well because there will be times they will be needing some sort of clothing because they run and they sweat. So I hope that Keisha will communicate with you. In terms of outdoor play, I would really like to request you to make sure your children will have proper clothing, especially the weather has been changing now quite gradually. So please make sure your kids have their proper proper trouser, proper clothing, because we don't want them to get sick. As of now, a lot of children in EYP are sick, and we're sending home kids every now and then. And with the new policy of the school, we have to keep the children for 48 hours. And if the children have mild symptoms, they have to stay home at least for 9 days. And I know a lot of you are working, and this has been a conversation that has been very difficult. And I really don't like to have this difficult conversation because I cannot say about me as a parent. I cannot say I understand because I'm not a parent yet, but I do understand for one reason is that if your child stays in school and your child is sick, your child will infect everyone. And there will be a time like last year, we have to close the whole preschool because everyone is infected, even the staff. There were only two teachers, me and my assistant, who was standing strong last year, catering for kids because the pandemic has been so serious. And hopefully you will be able to understand where we're coming from. Make sure your kids are properly dressed. That's the only request I would like to ask you. Make sure that they are healthy, and if they're sick, please keep them home. Okay, communication toddle. A lot of the parents ask, do you communicate every now and then in toddle? Yes, I am, and I always answer right then and then. If I receive a message from parents, I make sure that less than 48 hours is the communication policy of the school. I will reply to you. If there will be some cases that I cannot reply for sure, which is never going to happen, I'll make sure I will message you through email. So email and Toddle are the two communication I am very much available to communicate with. So if you have a burning question, anything, just let me know and I will basically answer right away. Newsletter. we are sending newsletter bi-weekly, but you can see that I love sending newsletter, informing you of what happened, but not every now and then. This time is just I will be sending another newsletter. It's just because we are going to do some celebration for the next couple of weeks or next week. So you will be informed. We would like you to have some sort of planning time before the event. Last year, we don't have much event in EYP, but now we would like, and my plan is to make the early years more like active this year, to have more fun going outside for a school jog, but with some modifications, of course. Okay. Standards and expectations. Just be on time, the inner shoes. You know, as parents, when your child came here, maybe from Cherries and EYP1 and EYP2, it's all the same. The only difference now is the IST. So if your child is absent, the parents have the responsibility to put the absence on IST, and that is the way that the commune also know the attendance of your kids. So that is the system of the commune, not the school. So when your child is sick for some reason, or maybe not in school for some reason, can you just please put it on IST? So that's when we can see that, okay, for example, Patricia is not here because she's sick or maybe have some dental appointment. Can you just make sure that it will be on IST? What can you do at home? So reading. I will be sending this little pocket record book. It's a reading record. But not this week. It's basically something I'm preparing. When you read to your child, when we have the RAS kids, I usually ask the parents to read with the children and then just help your child just to make a little bit of drawing if they like the story or not. Just something that you can do at home together. Not necessarily it has to be done every single day, but if you have a spare time to read with your kids. And as I said, please read the title announcement and maybe ask your child what they love about the school and what happened, what's the best thing that happened in school today. So I think, I mean, as a parent, you will be very glad to hear from your kids. How are they doing in school? I would also take this opportunity to ask, we need 2 parents representatives for PTA. If you can kindly flick me a message, what if you think that you can be our parent rep, just flick me a message. This is basically voluntary. No pressure at all. Last year, the parents volunteer doesn't have much of like things to do because I think because of Corona, there are lots of plans that did not take place because of restrictions. But this will be just in a record that if there will be some parents event or school event, the parents representative will be our main person to communicate with. So if you're happy to be our parent rep, just flick me a message, please. And I will have sessions with parents about academic matters, and I will be doing that. It will be 5 afternoons in the whole academic year. So there will be sessions that I will be having with parents across from Cherries up to EYP3, just to have this discussion about what is IB and what is our overall goal in EYP this year. Questions? That's all for me. I thank you if I spoke too much or I spoke so fast. And I really hope this will be a very good beginning of a good relationship between you and me. And your kids are so amazing. And I think that this will be a very great year for all of us. Please let me know if you have any questions. Yes, Monica?
Uh, and actually, to communicate with you in total, actually, we need a initial message from you so that we can communicate with you.
Oh,
Uh,
haven't
so,
messaged you yet, Monica.
yes, I haven't yet received any message from you so that I'm not able to communicate through total.
Okay, I will make sure today you will get that. I will
Thank you.
just send a message. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. If there's no more question, please just send me a message or you can call the school phone. I will be happy to answer some of your questions. But again, I'm Anne and I'm your child's teacher, and I'm really happy to meet you all. Have a lovely afternoon, everyone, and enjoy your evening with your family and amazing kids. And I hope to see you soon in school.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, and have a nice day.
You too. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. See you tomorrow, guys.